Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Ivy and I'm a makeup artist, YouTuber and content creator based in Asaba Delta State, Nigeria. And in today's video, we're going to be recreating this beautiful, very beautiful makeup look using this Zaron eyeshadow palette and discussing about my domestic helps, one from hell and one from heaven. Now if you want to hear our gist, then please keep on watching, and while you're at it, kindly like this video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. It only takes a second. Welcome back guys. So to begin with, I'm going to be priming with my Hega and Esther Skin Filter Primer. This is a full face using only Nigerian owned makeup brands. I'm just recovering from weight loss, so my finger is a bit busted, so kindly bear with me. I have not applied makeup in weeks. So we're going to talk about domestic help from hell and heaven. Alright, now for foundation, I'm going to make use of this Nuban Beauty in My Skin liquid foundation, and I'm in the shade W11M Obama. I always turn it like this because it's easier for me to use that way, and I don't know, for some reason I just love to apply this foundation with a beauty sponge. I just want to get a baby wipe because things might get a bit messy. I love to just dot it on my face before I blend. You see the beautiful finish. I love the finish with a sponge as compared to a brush. It just gives that skin look like my skin but better, so I love that. For concealer today, I'm going to make use of my Younger Beauty concealer. I have two shades here, SMC3 and SMC4, and I want to mix both shades. I don't know, I feel like I want a mixture of both, especially for my under eye area. So I had to turn on the fan because the weather is a bit hot and I didn't want to start sweating. So I've never really been one for domestic help, I just have been one of those people who has been of the school, that just try and get tools, appliances that make your life easier, and then pace yourself and you'll be able to make things work. And so after I had my first baby, I was able to do all that. I'll do my house chores, do everything myself. I learned early pretty much how to outsource, so if I needed something outsourced, I didn't hesitate to do that. I want this part to get a bit more tacky before we blend, otherwise it will blend into nothingness. But after I had my second baby, I had some health challenges, and it became really important and imperative that I get someone to live with me like a domestic help. My aunt who came for a mugwa, she stayed about 3 months because of the health challenge, and she had to go back home and everything. So I needed to get someone. I have always felt some kind of way about just getting like a total stranger to live with you. I mean, you don't know these people from Adam. The lack of privacy in your home, being that someone is living with you. You have to be careful and conscious of things you say on phone and all of that. And the spiritual aspect. You have to be spiritually in tune with yourself to be able to discern, because the world is full of evil. So I had all that in mind, but after my second baby, I didn't have much of a choice. Now I'm going to be setting Beauty by AD loose setting powder in the shade Tawny. All these products I'm using are all Nigerian brands, Nigerian makeup brands that I love to bits, that deliver. So shortly before my aunt left, I reached out to this recruitment agency. They deal on domestic help. I knew I didn't want to have people do that, but I'm not team all those underage children living with you and all of that. So I wanted someone who was at least 18 and older, between the ages of 18 and 36, 36, 37. I knew that they could not stay for long duration. Most times they stay 1 year and then they go. So I had that in mind as well, and so I reached out to the recruitment agency. I registered. They asked me, if there's any particular tribe I didn't want as domestic help, what I was looking out for, religion and all of that. And so I told them what I wanted, and then they had to start searching and trying to get domestic help for me. And then they told me that when they get one, they will give me a call. So I left. I want to use this beauty line, Didi Beauty brow pencil to. Oh my gosh, hand is paining me. I'm still feeling some pains. Hopefully it's not a good thing, guys. Let me just quickly do my brows. I'm now going to set my under eyebrow with the Beauty by AD setting powder that we used to bake. So after about 2 weeks, the agency reached out to me that they had found 2 matches. They had told me they were going to get about 3 matches, and I was to come interview them. Just get the vibe, talk to them, and see which one I would feel more comfortable with. So we fixed a date for the interview, and then I went. I met with the 2 of them. She told me she was the first one. Well, it was okay, but I don't know. I just felt something was off. And then the second one, I want to make use of this Zaron Smudge eyeshadow palette. I have been loving this particular envy shade of recent. Like, the kind of smoky eye that I've been doing. I don't even understand myself anymore. So I'm going to take that autumn shade for my transition color. Then I'm going to take this coffee and bulex shade for my crease color. So I met with the first girl. The interview went really well. Like, everything was okay. I was like, okay, I can work with this. But I just felt something was missing. And so, I told her I'll get back to her through the agency, and then I met with the second girl. It struck me as odd initially that, she was just telling me what I want. Like, I was just getting answers I wanted. She attended the same church as me. She knew so much about the church. She said she was 33. She had done domestic help work before and all of that. She told like everything. Her temperament, she was like really playful, very friendly. Of course, we had already discussed price, monthly fee. I already told her, what she was going to be doing, just basic domestic chores, helping me with the baby, as well. She was like, cool, it's fine. She lost children, she has stayed with her aunt. She helped her aunt to look after her babies and all of that. Vibe, check, everything. My spirit man, because my spirit man is quite strong, was cool with her. And so I told the agency, okay, that after the interview she left. I told the agency, okay, that I think I would go with her, but I needed a few days, to just go home, and like 2 days to just go home and like pray about it. And they said okay, so I left. And then I got home and I prayed. I didn't get any sense of like, okay, there's more to this spiritually, but I was still a bit uncomfortable. I don't know, there was just not that peace with her. And I was just like, God, what am I not saying? What am I not saying? So what my late mom taught me, the prayer I prayed, I was like, okay, God, I need somebody now. My aunt had left, and things were becoming too overwhelming at that point. And I had my meds. It was so difficult. So I was like, okay, Holy Spirit, whatever it is about this girl that is not being revealed to me, reveal it. As soon as she comes to this house, reveal it. And so I called the agency back and was like, okay, everything was cool. And then she came, described my house to her. She came, had her settled in. And I'm taking that envy shade and I'm going to place that all over my lid. Had her settled in, and she was like, oh, she didn't have a charger, she didn't have a pair of slippers, all those like mini things. She didn't have her cream and all of that. She was, just squatting with her friend, and she was just telling me, all those sob stories of, oh, life has been hard, I've been suffering. I was like, oh, don't worry, things will be fine, you won't do this forever and all of that. And little did I know. So she started, she'll do her chores and all of that. She was like, she could eat. She used to eat so much. First 2 days she was at my house, she and my stepdaughter, they had it out. Just came in from the uni at the time, and they had it out. And she came out like, she told me this, she told me that, I'm not her mate, and this and that. And so I was like, this is so unlike her. She's, generally well-mannered and cultured. What did you do? What did you say? She was like, no, she didn't say anything. Is it because she's doing a maid work and all of that? And I was like, And then, okay, I sorted the matter out. And then I had the idea to, call our security. And then I called the security girl. I was like, okay, this is my new domestic help and everything. She's living with me now, so just keep your eyes out. Any day you see her leaving the compound with like bags or with my kids or something, don't let them pass. So just give me a call. And he was like, okay, madam, okay, no problem. I didn't know this girl was eavesdropping. Like I noticed she was always eavesdropping on. Even when I was making phone calls, I would just come out of my room, you see her by the door. So she was like, madam, how can you be telling your security guard this, that? I'm not a bad person. I don't steal. I said, Benny, I don't know you from Adam. Nobody said you're a bad person or you steal, but it's just normal instruction I would give for anybody, coming to live with me. That day she changed it for me. This was like day 4 of how day 3 of her being here. Alright, we're done with that. Now I'm going to apply mascara. I use the Zaron liquid liner, Nigerian owned makeup brand as well. For mascara today, yes, let's make use of our Zaron lengthening mascara. We have to use everything Nigerian owned. So she changed it for me. Me, I'm generally easygoing, but I was pissed off, so I gave it to her. Like, don't ever in your life talk to me like that. Are you alright? Unless you have plans to do something like really sinister, I don't see what the big deal about this is and everything. And she was like, this, that. She's not. I'm like, okay, if you're not working again, please pack your car. How many days have you worked? I'll calculate and pay you your money. Ungwa. She went into her room and just, banged the door. And then after about 20 minutes, she came back out. Now I want to smoke underneath my lower lash line. But before I do that, I want to make use of this. Here's my Miracle pencil. Oh, I can't find it. I want to make use of this Miracle Cosmetics pencil, black pencil, just to line my waterline. She came back and she came out to me and she was like, she doesn't know what happened. It just felt like I was calling her a thief. That imagine if she hadn't heard. I told her, I said, why would you eavesdrop on my conversation in the first instance? Like, what were you doing there? That is weird. She apologized, it will never happen again and everything. That she lives here, she doesn't have where she will go to. She's stranded. She was squatting with her friend who was living with her boyfriend. Telling me how her mom didn't like her. She had to leave home quite early. All those story. But that one had already put like a red flag, because I was like, this one will first beat me one day. So I was just like, Asha, no problem. She said she will change. I was like, okay, please let's not repeat itself again. She said, oh. So I'm going to dust up the powder underneath my eye now. And so I let it go. That Sunday, I attended Living Faith Church. I always tell people, went to church. And then I met an acquaintance of mine, and she was like, who is this? Is that your sister? I was like, no, she's my domestic help. And her countenance changed. And as soon as we got home, she was like, Meanwhile, I forgot to add though. Well, a few days after she came, she told me, she wants to make her hair. I gave her money to go and make her hair. She doesn't like the way she's looking. Gave her money, she went to make her hair. But we're going to church, she was like well dressed and everything. Even that morning, I even had to give her, because we're almost the same complexion, I even had to give her like a powder, one of my powders that I had not finished. Face powder, okay, or brown powder, to use and everything. She dressed well, she was looking really cool. So for setting our face, I'm going to make use of this Dabel Cosmetic Mattifying Powder. I'm in the shade Emerald. And so she was like, as soon as that my acquaintance left, she was like, madam, I don't like what you just do now. Why can't you introduce me as your younger sister? Why do you have to introduce me as your as your domestic help. I could talk to somebody else she knows, she knew, you know, she was not like, how far, where have you been? See how she's staying with her sister. Oh. So the lady was not like, I don't know you, you're her sister. I was like, no, I'm not her sister. Oh. Because I learned earlier on that you don't know what people have done before they came to you. I don't want someone to come and meet me one day and say, okay, don't worry, we know her sister after she has committed. No, let us define our relationship. No, she became more pissed off. Like, why can't you just let it be that I'm your sister? Like, why can I not be your sister? I was like, yes, you can be my sister. If you've stayed with me like so long, maybe for like a long period, I've now known you well enough to like, be able to gauge what you're capable of and what you're not. This is just barely 1 week of you coming. I can't claim you to be my sister. She sucked all the way home. I'm comparing her with the Juvia's Place bronzer. I mean, Juvia's Place is a Nigerian own brand, right? She sucked all the way home. Whenever she carries my baby, then she will complain. Oh, when babies now, when you carry them, they hold you like this. You'll be like, I don't like it when she holds me like that. I say, the next day she will drop her. She drooled on me. She did. Oh gosh. She nearly felt my baby one day. So I was just looking at her. I was like, what is the matter? Sometimes she would just be so moody. I'm going to ask her, what's the matter? On one of those occasions, she told me her life story, her life history, how everything, that I'm a woman like her and everything. I have my, my life set together. I have a husband, I have kids, I'm doing well for myself, or at least visibly okay. That I should help her with 150,000. Mind you, at this time, my salary was 20K, a couple of years back. So I was like, I can't help you with that. Number one, I don't have that kind of money. Number two, I can't help you with that kind of money because, of course, your payment goes to the agency, not even, to you until, like, I think about 3 months in. So I can't, like, what do you mean 150,000? Then you'll be working, I'll be debiting this how? I like, no, I can't even do that. I don't know you well enough to do that. Make on turn my nose. And she was just so pissed off, like and everything. I don't want to help her. The next day she will go out. I will calling her, I want to go and buy something. Hours. And she went to see her friend. She was like, you came here to work now. What's the matter? You've not done your I mean, I was like, this girl will go fit. So one of those days now, I told her, I said, the way this thing, like, this was entering the second week now. I said, the way this thing is going, I don't even understand. Some days she will spark at me, like that thing she did that previous time, she would do it. Like, condition make crayfish bend. That if not that she needed where to stay. She not started really, started because they're exposing her little by little. A family friend of mine now came. They came for one of these skill acquisition stuff. It's like an honorable. So, where's my blending brush? Let me just take a clean blending brush. So she came. She was like, you have somebody now. Thank God. We were just gisting. The girl was there. So they went out. She went out. Had to see a couple of her friends. When she came at night, I was already asleep. So it was my girl, my domestic help, that opened the door for her. I didn't know they gisted that night too. She was saying different things. I told her, she even asked me for 150K. I said I did not have. See the car I'm using and everything. See the house I'm staying. So the lady was she said she just, indulged her just to hear what see what she was all about. She was like, the next day she called me. She was like, this girl, like, I'm not comfortable. See what happened. So me, I was like, huh? As soon as she saw that I was talking to the girl, she now called me, auntie, I want to talk to you. I was like, I'm busy now. I'll talk to you later. You're like, no, auntie, I want to talk to you now. It's very important. I was like, when I'm done with my guests, I will get back to you. I want to make use of this iron lip pencil in cappuccino to line my lips. It's not really showing. Let's look for the lip pencil in bold. Okay, this is much better. So after I got done with a family friend, I went to meet her like, okay, what's up? What's the matter? She was like, madam, our family friend, she was talking to her last night. She said this, she said that. I'm making up the Zaron lipstick in pretty pink. I was just laughing. I said, because you saw her, I did psychology in year 3, because you saw her in uni, because you saw her talking to me. I told you that the girl threatened her that she was going to, tell me things about her. She was going to lose her job. Like, that girl was smart, sha. I just need something to mute this thing down a bit. Okay, that's much better. So, she did so many other things. I can't even say here self. And I was just like, okay, this thing has gotten to a head. Let's make use of this Voan Beauty lashes, and then I'm going to spritz my face with this Noban Beauty Seal It Setting Spray. And I think I'll just use this classic lash glue right here. So I was like, okay. So while this is drying, we'll just prep our lashes. So I was like, okay, like this thing is getting weird. This girl was weird. She did so many things now. By week 2, I knew I'd had enough. That day, we went to church. I was just like, God, like something is off. Just expose this girl for who she is. In the morning, I was like, let's go to church. She told me she's not going. I was like, excuse me, what do you mean you're not going to church? She said that she's not going, that she's tired, that she's not even a winner, she's a Baptist. I said, what? So in the midst of her talking, like, saying things, I'm just prepping the lashes now. She was like, that was the receptionist, like the secretary at the recruitment agency that told her, the kind of person I was, what I, told them I wanted and everything. That was why she was stranded. Like the receptionist is like a friend of hers and all of that. So apparently they had this deal where, the girl will look out for any upwardly mobile like person who came to, so she will stay in a fine house in a good place, who is looking for domestic help. That was why she chose me. I was like, so you're not a winner. Like, why did you lie about all these things? That she had a boyfriend. After I'm married, I don't allow her to go out. How is she be going to see her boyfriend? I was like, you have just been with me for like barely 2 weeks. Like, you will go out and stay out for hours. Like, what? If you want to stay with your boyfriend, go and stay with your boyfriend. If you want to walk, come and walk. Nobody, there is not a prison. Nobody's saying you will not go out. After you went to make your hair, you went to buy things, but you are not doing it too much. So I told her, I said, if you're not going to church, come out. Let me lock my house door, because you cannot be inside my house on a Sunday. She was like, no. After some time, she was like, okay, she will go, but she will go to Baptist. I said, no. Now help me carry my baby in the church. Let's go. I have to go with you to, like I already told you at the initial stage that, anybody who works with me, like, go to the same church. So you were like, okay, you're cool with it, no big deal. Then now all of a sudden, I'm just waiting for the lashes to get dried while I'm like cleaning my brushes and just with you guys. That day she revealed so many things. I just got to church and I prayed and I was like, God, this lady leaves my house today. I got back home 2 weeks, so I paid her at that time 20K. I paid her complete money. I was like, wow, today. She was like, she's not going anywhere. She doesn't have where to stay. I said, no. You will look for where to stay, like by fire, by force. You are not, like, my spirit just told me, like, if she didn't leave that day, I was going to regret it. So I told her, I said, that your girlfriend you told me you were living with, you, and like she where she came from was like not, why I was not even bothered, where she came from was like not so far from Asaba. So I was like, you can go home, like you said this where you are from, your parents are, like your mom is still there, you can go home and go stay with her, or your girlfriend, you're like, her mom is evil, her mom doesn't want her to see, like you had options and you are selecting for me. Oh yeah, go, I don't want you here anymore. Like my children were not even like free with her. They could do so I had to, in fact, I even had threatened to involve the police, call the agency, like told them I'm done, explain everything to them. The man was like really pissed. He was not like, he's sorry. Imagine that she already had an issue that they already paired her with somebody, and this is the same thing the person complained about, her weird behavior, and they brought her back. I was like, and you pussy thought it was wise to bring her to me. I told them, I said, I've paid her full money. It's 2 weeks, but don't worry. Let her just take her full bar. Let's wait for these lashes to get tacky. Okay, we're done with the lashes now. Let me just go over my face once more. Like, this makeup look not giving. The way I've been loving this smoky eye, I can't even even tell. So, the owner of the agency had to step in because she refused to go. Like, so many things went wrong that day. Before she now eventually left. And then about a month later, I got, they paired me with another girl from Jos. And she stayed with me for almost a year, because when she came, she told me that she was going to just stay for a year, that she had something doing, but she needed to save up money to do something. Like, heavenly. Till this day I still speak to her on the phone. Like, she still calls my kids, like they call her auntie, her name. She still talks to them, she still keeps in touch. She was so bubbly, so full of life. Like, we had our small issues though, but like, wow, even now I'm still saying like I miss her so much. After that, agency told me, domestic help, how much? I'll feed you 3 times a day plus other expenses. Now, as at now, so they are charging about 50k, 50k plus feeding plus other things. So me, I've just done away with the domestic help thing for now. Just have someone who come, clean 2 or 3 times a week and then go, so that everybody will have peace in this tenable administration. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned till the end. Thank you for listening to my gist about my domestic help from hell. My girl nearly finished me. It's well. Imagine a woman with kids, and my husband was really around that time because he was always traveling. Well, thank God. Thank God that I was able to do away with that, because that girl stressed the living the light out of me. Anyway, this is the finished look, guys. Now, until I come your way again next week, remain blessed. Bye, guys.